I'm Chris with iPhone in Canada with a review of the second generation Jawbone UP. Now, if you're not familiar, Jawbone released its fitness bracelet last year, but users reported major issues. So Jawbone refunded everyone who wanted a refund. But instead of just packing it in, Jawbone went back to the drawing board and fixed all the issues, which leads us to version 2. In a nutshell, the UP bracelet tracks your daily activity from exercise, eating, and sleeping. It's an accessory you wear 24/7. The look and the design of the UP remains the same. It's a sturdy rubber silicone material that comes in various colors and sizes. Now, the packaging actually has a little flap on it so you can test the sizes to see which one best fits you. If ordering online, the Jawbone website has instructions how to measure your wrist for the sizing. It fits nicely on your wrist and is very lightweight. Compared to other fitness bracelets, it's pretty stylish. Now, the UP doesn't have a clasp. Instead, it just wraps around your wrist. Now, my only concern is the two ends can get caught on clothing, your pillows, sheets, and stuff. However, it's not really a reason to pass on it in my mind. Another thing you'll notice is it can get in the way while typing on a keyboard, but you get that with watches as well, but it is something to keep in mind. Now, my wife has had hers a few more weeks than me, and she's noticed some discoloration on hers on the removable cap. Now, I haven't had this issue, although mine is a darker color. On one end of the band, you have a little button. You can touch it to see if you're in the awake or sleep mode. Now, to change modes, you simply push and hold the button until it vibrates. It also shows either a sun or a moon. The other end is the jack. Yes, you physically have to plug in the Jawbone UP for it to download your data to your iOS device. Now, this differs from the Nike Fuel Band or the soon-to-be-released Fitbit Flex, both of which sync via Bluetooth. Now, this did concern me at first, and it's one of the points always brought up, especially from people who have or are thinking about another model. Sure, I wish the UP did sync wirelessly, but plugging it in isn't the issue it's made out to be. You don't have to worry about losing the cap for starters. When you plug it in, it takes about 10 seconds to sync, so you're putting the cap back on really quick. Second, after a week or two, you'll start to understand and be more aware of your steps and exercise. You won't be constantly plugging in your device or syncing it to see how you're doing. We have routines, and you'll become very familiar with yours as you see the data from your app. Now, I sync mine a few times a day when I wake up and before I go to bed. The battery in the Jawbone UP lasts about 10 days, although I consistently get 11 days before needing to charge it. As well, the Jawbone UP is water resistant. It's fine for showering or in the rain, but I wouldn't take it swimming. I'll also point out, unlike the Nike Fuel Band, the UP doesn't have a display on it, and the soon-to-be-released Fitbit Flex doesn't have a display either, but it does have a few LED lights to indicate your progress towards a set goal. I do wish the UP had some sort of indicator like the LEDs for a quick glance. Now, the lack of a full display isn't something that bothers me or I feel is needed, and having talked to many people who use the Nike Fuel Band, nearly all of them echo the same thing. For the first little bit, yes, you're checking your progress a lot, but after a while, you slowly check it less and less. And that's simply because, as I mentioned before, after a while, you understand your routines of daily life. You know when you've done more or less activity, so you know if you've taken more or less steps, burnt more or less calories. So the display of steps taken or calories burnt becomes less important. However, the little LEDs showing the progress towards a set goal, now that's handy. And again, that's what most people with the Fuel Band have to say. I'm not trying to say that the display isn't a cool feature, but when factoring in your decision which band to buy, it shouldn't be the sole deciding factor. As I mentioned, you wear the UP all the time. It tracks your movement during the day, logging your steps and your physical exertion of the activity you're doing. It also tracks your inactivity. When you sync the UP to your device, it shows graphically the times you are active, inactive, and the exertion of the activity. With that info, it shows you the amount of calories you've burned and what percentage you are towards reaching your daily goal. Now, your goals can be changed within the app. Another great feature of the Jawbone UP, it tracks your calorie intake. When it comes to understanding your health and losing weight, this is an important feature. Sure, there are plenty of other apps that do this, but having it all built into one app is a really nice touch. Tracking your calories can be time consuming. When you eat or drink something, you can scan the item's barcode. It then adds the nutritional information. Now, I've found it knows most codes, but it has missed a few. When this happens, you can either type in what you're eating, and it may show up in the Up's vast inventory, or you can create a new entry and input all the nutritional information yourself. You can even take a picture of the food so it's easy to spot the next time you eat it. Within the app, it also shows you the recommended daily intake for sugars, carbs, sodium, cholesterol, and such, and how you're eating for that day stacks up. Again, this takes time to do, but you're only going to get out what you're willing to put in. Yeah, at first it sort of bothered me, it was time consuming, but now 3 weeks in, and it's just become habit I don't even really notice. Tracking the calories that you're taking in and tracking the calories you are burning in a day gives you a really great insight into weight gain and loss. And again, it's all built into this one app. Another really cool feature of the Up is the sleep tracker. It monitors how long you've slept, how much of that was deep sleep versus light sleep, and how many times you woke up and more. The Up even has an alarm function, and what's really cool about it is it'll wake you up to 30 minutes before your alarm when you're in a light sleep. This way you should wake up feeling better than waking up from a deep sleep. And say you need a little nap during the day, well, the Up will use your sleep data to determine the optimal nap time for you, so you'll feel refreshed. You plug in your band and it automatically sets the alarm and will wake you at the time after the Up has detected you've fallen asleep. The Up app itself is very robust and offers a lot of great information. It's all presented in a nice timeline, and you can easily see the steps you've taken, the sleep you've gotten, and it compares it all against your goals. And as I mentioned, with it all built into the app, you can quickly see how many calories you've burnt compared to eaten. There is just so much the Jawbone Up can tell you. You can see your trends, check past days, and even add friends. That's great if you and some friends or family are trying to lose weight or meet certain goals. That way you can encourage each other for more motivation. In conclusion, I love the Jawbone Up. It's a really complete health and fitness system. I want to point out the Up itself won't make you healthy. You have to put the work into it. As I said, you get out what you put in, but the Up gives you all the tools you need to help you achieve your goals. At $130, the Up is right in the middle between the $100 soon-to-be released Fitbit Flex and the $150 Nike Fuel Band. It is a little surprising since the Up offers the most features as far as tracking your lifestyle, while the most expensive offering, Nike, offers the least. Sure, you could add the missing trackers via separate apps, but there is a lot to be said about having it all built into one device and one app. If you're serious about health and fitness, I'd highly recommend the Jawbone Up. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. It really does help me grow my channel. And please subscribe so that way you won't miss any of my future videos. For more daily iPhone news, make sure you check out iPhoneincanada.ca. I'm Chris with iPhone in Canada. Thanks for watching.